Okay, so continuing off from where we started last time in the introduction, let's go over one of my creative activities. Okay, apologies, I just got back from something you'll hear about in action. Continuing the spectrum, it's great. So I did two major activities. Sorry, that's my phone. I did two major, really big creative activities. I'll talk about one in this video and one in the next one. And the first one, little weird, but creative. It's the fun stuff. Why not do something weird? So I just have my list right here. Help me keep track. I need a trench coat. I started knitting a trench coat. So I've been knitting since 6th grade approximately, and I usually just do like scarves, blankets, easy stuff, right? Nope, gonna knit a trench coat. This is a terrible idea. I'm having fun. I'm 62 hours into this project. It takes about 10 minutes to do one of the rows. You just knit through each of the stitches. It takes me about 10 minutes to do one of those, which is insane because I knit really fast. 10 minutes, so I get about 6 rows done in an hour, and I have probably over 2,000 rows done. 1,000, 2,000. Let's approximate. It's still going, and I've been doing it for 62 hours. So, I'll just like hang out and just knit while we're watching movies and go on road trips and knit, and it's still not done. That's the crazy part about it. I'm like halfway done with this thing, and it's been 62 hours. I have it here. It's still going. It's had about five spools of yarn into it now. I have another 4 downstairs waiting for me to get to. I'm about a quarter of the way done with this one. Probably gonna have to buy more by the end of this project, if it ever ends. It's kind of an abyss. I'm not really sure. Anyway, here it is. It's this really pretty brown coffee color, and I love it. I'm not really sure why I decided to knit a trench coat. Like, my friend wears trench coats all the time, and he loves them, and I guess I just decided, hey, I'm gonna make you a trench coat, because he's really tall, and none of them fit him that he can buy at the store. They all come up to, like, waist, and they're supposed to go down to your feet. But here it is. It's super pretty. I still have my knitting needles in it. It's like brown and stitched. And if you actually look at it in better light, here you go. If I step into it, it is insane because it's so big, and I don't know why I decided to put a trench coat. I'm still trying to get over the fact that I'm doing this. If I pull it all the way up, without dropping too many stitches, it comes up, this is at the 4 right now. It comes up to my ribs. It's so tall, it's so big, and it's 62 hours, ladies and gentlemen. 62. And still going strong on it. So of course, the big obvious one on this one for those lovely 8 categories is of course going to be perseverance and commitment. But let's start at the top. So if I read them off, you have increased awareness of strengths and weaknesses, undertaken new challenges, planned and initiated activities, work collaboratively, Perseverance and commitment. Engage with issues of global importance, consider ethical implications, and develop new skills. Those are the 8 things that we'll be working around. Okay, so we have 4 major ones for the trench coat. Very first, undertaking new challenges. I knit little things. By little, I mean like 20 stitches, about yay wide, maybe 6 feet long. Takes like a day. Easy. This is a trench coat. This has, last time I counted, I probably screwed up and added some, 240 stitches as compared to, 20. It's huge. 62 hours. Additionally, it's a lot of weird stuff with knitting that I'm not really conventionally used to. Like, once you get up to here, you have to somehow make shoulder holes. I did a test one of this last year. It's not easy at all. I guess that can count for CAS too. This is kind of a big project. That one took like 20 hours. Meh. This is my baby, and I hate it, but I love it. So the big thing I guess I learned with undertaking new challenges is that when you start a new challenge, you don't know what to expect like you think you do. Like, yeah, I can totally go into this headlong. I can totally figure this out. Who cares about planning? It's a very stupid approach. I was stupid for that approach. And no. Stupid. The big thing about it is that, like I said, shoulder holes. Not easy. Gotta plan in advance. It's really insightful for when you undertake new challenges to begin to learn just how new they really are. You think you know so much about something you're good at. You think you're so used to it, and then as soon as you step out of your comfort zone within that area, you figure out just how small you really are. And I guess that's one of the really nice things about creativity is it gives you room and birth to do that. And that's not something you really experience in a lot of things. Like school, you generally stay in your comfort zone because you're afraid of getting those low grades. Activities, you stay within your comfort zone because you're afraid of, failure. With creativity, you really get to experience all of that newness, that ingenuity and grand entry into new territories. And there's something really, really good to be said about that. With planning and initiating activities, much more the initiated side than the planning. Like, hey, let's just put on some stitches. Oh yeah, let's count them. 240. Let's do it. I'll figure it out later. Still, learning, planning is important, and just learning the attributes you don't really think about are important is a really good experience to have. I guess my biggest strength in this project was that instant initiation. Like, yeah, I can do this. Biggest weakness was, of course, the planning. Number 4, perseverance and commitment. Do I have to say? The 62 hours and it's not done yet. It's like half done. I would have quit by now on most projects and just been like, burn it to the ground. This has been a really difficult project because, especially with how little my knitting needles are, it takes an ungodly amount of time to actually get a substantial amount of work in. Like this much took me probably 5 hours of work. Commitment. Committing to doing something that big for another person is a huge lesson in life, Like we think like, yeah, we'll do anything for our best friends. Yeah, we'll do this. We love them so much. But when you really get down and actually do something that's hard and takes a long, tedious amount of time, it's refreshing to know just how much you really will do for someone else. Which is, absolutely a good thing. And this knitting project has taught me a lot about that. I'm trying to knit love into each stitch, stay committed to it. Don't give up. It's hard to do, but it's worth it. And finally, development of new skills. Yeah, holes in the arms. Ah, I don't know how to knit a trench coat. I really don't. That's where the development comes in, because I'm not just reading something offline. I'm getting this as I go along. I guess that's the one good thing that comes with the not planning, was that I'm figuring this out on my own, which is oddly refreshing to do in a world that's so consumed by you have to do this, you have to do that, this is how you do it. Like Ivy gives some leeway. My apologies. But there's so many rules you have to follow in the real world. And it's really nice to be able to escape that with creative elements and creative CAS hours to be able to really try your best because of what you can do and what you can think of. And I think that's why it's such a creative project fundamentally for me, is because this is all coming from me. There's no outside source in it. It's just me going for it and having fun with it. That about concludes trench coat. A little bit longer than I wanted. I guess these are going to be a bit longer than I had assumed in the introduction, but we'll go with it. All right, next time you'll get my second CAS experience, the second project. It'll be great. Have a good night.